we get a good night's sleep last night, or is it not good night's sleep time yet?
Well, that's up to you. Do we want to start essentially at the hotel the night before you wake up and start your research, or do you want to start bright and early the next morning?
Does anyone have anything to do in the hotel the night before other than get a good night's sleep to prepare for a strong day of a mission?
I might as well just get started researching.
Yeah.
Oh, Darby, sorry.
Oh yeah, Darby can't sleep. Oh no, sorry.
Yeah, as a result, Darby, of your kind of dimension-spanning prison break hijinks some weeks earlier, an extraplanar being has robbed you of your ability to sleep, and that is of well, I don't want to say it's of benefit at any time, but it is something that you are doing your best to get used to, which means if we do in fact start the night before, you can get started on the research. If not, we can start bright and early. I leave it to the first one of you that makes a decision. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, we'll wake up bright and early for that continental.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, Zlobs lines up before the doors open.
Yeah, so
the breakfast doors open.
yeah, he's camped out.
Like most continental breakfasts at mid-tier national hotel chains. It opens up in a little dining room off the lobby, and there's this kind of big double door that they eventually swing open. Like it's 6. Like breakfast is served from like the infuriating hours of like 6 a.m. to like 8:15 exactly, and so it's 5:45, and Zlobs are just kind of like standing there with a plate. You brought your own.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't travel without it. It's my traveling plate. I'm of course expunging to Darby the beauty of continental breakfasts. Yes, they're just you can literally pile as high as you want with home fries.
That's a lot of. Can you keep going back?
Oh, of course you can. They can't say no.
They can't say no to anything.
They can't say no. No, I haven't tried.
What if I try to make a waffle out of hot fudge?
I know what we're doing. We're gonna get in there.
I saw like 8 waffle irons all in a row when I was scoping it out last night.
Oh, you scoped it out?
Of course I scoped it out. I scoped out everything in the hotel.
Oh, Darby, what are these hotel secrets?
Oh, okay. Well, there's the 8 waffle irons, which I guess isn't a secret, but now you know. If you go down, they have a laundry room, and if you go down into the laundry room late at night, like I did at like 2 a.m. Well, there's some sort of like goblin-like creature down there. Yeah, who's doing all of the laundry for the next day. He was disgruntled though. So
is he union?
I assume so, but I didn't get to ask because I was clearly not supposed to be in that territory. So I promptly left. And then after that, so I went to the laundry room, and then after that, I stood at the front desk for a while. And it's amazing how many people come in the middle of the night. Zlobs.
Wow. It's
amazing. And I convinced, well, I think the thing is
you sure did a lot.
Well, I worked the front desk for a while.
You worked the front desk?
Well, yeah, because Chelsea, who works the front desk nights, she gets really lonely. And so she let me work with her.
Did you get paid for it?
No. But Chelsea gave me a lot of candy.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
A lot of mints.
That's a work. Ooh, I like mints.
I wake Morgan up around 7:30.
I throw an alarm clock at Mindy.
Morgan.
No.
It's mission day.
Oh.
Morgan, we really should get an early start on the library, and breakfast only goes for another 45 minutes.
I'll be down there in 30.
Morgan, don't you want a bagel?
God,
Maybe some plain yogurt, Morgan?
Mathers, we're really good friends. I would say even best friends, but right now I hate you more than anything.
I understand.
Would you please stop stepping on my body?
I I think you'll be happier if you come get some sliced melon.
Oh my god, I hate you so much, Pine.
I know, but I think you'll be happier. Okay, I'm gonna go wake up. Who's with us? Wormwood?
So the fifth person on your mission is Jolene Wormwood, former captain of the Arlington Angelicas.
Yes.
And now a full-time traveling team member, as she has aged out of Blittle League, but not out of the traveling team, which gives one more year. So yes, you because Jolene is team captain, she gets her own room. The rest of you are paired up.
Yeah.
And
my friend Jolene, my new friend Jolene.
Yep. So you let's do it this way. 2d6 plus charm.
Oh no.
That's not how I thought this would go. Okay. Perfect. 6.
Okay.
Are our rooms like conjoined, or am I just at her front?
They're conjoined. They have like those two little half doors that both open. And you knock and knock and knock and knock. And
I could also call her through the door.
So you kind of reach out with like a little sonar pulse of psychic energy. And it looks like Jolene's not there.
Oh.
I really look for a mind next door.
Gotcha. Yeah. So we'll still use that 6 you got. Yeah, she's not in her room or maybe the hotel.
Oh, geez. Okay.
What's up, Mathers?
Now I have a job to do. Okay, I sit down on the bed and close my eyes. Time to find Jolene.
All right, 2d6 plus weird, please.
It's 7:30 in the morning.
I just got up for breakfast.
Okay, so that's going to be a 4 total.
Oh, did you just roll a 2?
Yeah.
No.
Got that at the
Okay.
Hubris.
So I'm gonna give you a choice between 2 very bad options. You can not find Jolene at all. That's 1. 2, Jolene is in danger. Or 3, Jolene is doing something inexplicable.
Interesting choice. I pick one of these things.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jolene is doing something inexplicable. What is she doing?
Yeah, now you have to explain it, but you can't because it's inexplicable.
What is Jolene doing? My new friend, Jolene.
So you are you're kind of reaching out in broader and broader concentric circles of where is she? And normally you can at least almost like kind of pluck out a familiar voice in a crowded room. Only that crowded room could be like the size of a city. But it's like you can hear a familiar voice like over the din. Like that's kind of how it is when you're searching for someone you know. Mm-hmm. With this, you don't have that. So it's almost like you're kind of engaging in this like brute force solve. Like it's almost like you're erasing voices from your head. Like, no, that's not her. No, that's not her. No, that's not her. Like until you kind of suppress it all to the point where you think you know where she is. And she's okay. It takes you a while. And
no. Do they miss breakfast?
You miss breakfast.
Oh God. Oh no. Morgan, go on without me. Save yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. So Mindy,
I'm gonna be a nightmare to work with.
You find Jolene Wormwood. Like you kind of picture her and like you see her on like a featureless plane, and then eventually like the world kind of fills in, and she's in a quarry. She's kind of like walking around in what looks like a mined out quarry. So like this big kind of funnel looking quarry, the size of like probably like half a mile across, and she's
like where people keep rocks.
Yeah, like a big funnel-shaped hole in the earth where people have mined granite. And
it is
she
the granite
is
state after all.
Indeed.
That's true.
And she's probably 50 feet below the surface of the earth on like a ledge. And she has this thing that looks like an absolutely enormous kind of plunger needle, like something you'd get a flu shot with, only it's, the size of probably a baseball bat. And she's essentially injecting something into the side of the quarry.
What is Jolene doing? Is the connection strong enough that I can talk to her, or is it's too?
Not with a 4, it ain't.
Yeah,
It kind of took a lot of time and a lot of effort to even pinpoint her. And yeah, you kind of see her doing this, and you can't even read the why. You can't even read how she's feeling. Like, you don't know if she is feeling panicked or joyful or angry or anything like that. All you know is that she is injecting some kind of chemical agent into the wall of a granite quarry.
What a sidetrack. All right. I guess I'll go find my friends after they finish breakfast.
Yeah. Darby, 2d6 plus sharp, please.
We're going to be late
10.
to the library.
All right. The all chocolate fudge waffle is a success.
Yes.
The key was to lower the power on the waffle maker, because if not, you would have caused a fire. So yeah, you've essentially created a waffle shaped brick of fudge that has worked out just beautifully.
Everyone is celebrating. We didn't think it could be done.
Everyone's I've created a line also of just everyone under 15 in the entire hotel is here, and they're just cycling through the line over and over as I make more and more waffles.
But between last night and today, you now have kind of another 2 lines on your resume as, overnight hotel clerk and waffle chef. So yeah, it's the people of Manchester, or the visitors to Manchester in any event, are pleased that this angel is here and hammering out chocolate waffles for all those that want one.
Darby.
Yes, Zlobs.
As we wrap up, we should bring one of these waffles down to that goblin in the basement.
You're right, we should.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure making your waffles this morning. If you come back tomorrow morning, if we're still here, I'll be trying the cherry syrup. So please arrive promptly at 6 a.m. if you would like to be part of the process.
I hand out business cards for Darby.
Are they official looking, or did you just kind of put these together yourself?
Oh, they're mostly napkins.
Oh, gotcha.
Napkins with just good crayon Darby on it.
You were there.
On the other side of the name.
Like a crude drawing of Darby. Just her name.
Going
It's like a hashtag for the waffle.
Yeah, it's Darby's face, but with little wings next to her head, and her like doing that, and also somehow infinite eyes.
Indeed. Yeah, these are memorably crafted napkins. So yeah, and all of these people are happy to have them. So yeah, you want to bring a waffle down to the goblin that works overnight laundry.
Yeah, I take Zlobs down the back staircases and then down a service elevator that goes pretty far down. I'm not sure how many levels, but it's pretty far down to get there.
Gotcha. Yeah, you do that, and you're pretty sure at some point you passed an only employees past this point sign, but you haven't seen any beyond that one. So, a kind of
multiple warnings required.
Yeah, one of those mid-tier hotel chains generally work with very few staff at any given point. Usually in the kind of afternoon is when they're the most full. So yeah, you don't really even see people down here. It's just mostly service corridors. But yeah, you do indeed get to the kind of commercial laundry room. All the laundry machines are currently off. Or the washing machines are. There's like stuff in the dryer. It looks like there are a couple of minutes left on it. And yeah, there is a door beyond that, a nice metal door.
I go through the door.
Sure. There's a handle at about human height, and then there's a handle probably a foot or two lower. Mm-hmm. You go through the door, and give me 2d6 plus sharp.
Okay. We got a 9.
All right. So the door is locked. You can easily force the lock. You don't even need to roll for it. It's just a question of. I'll give you the choice. Do you want to surprise the person on the other side? Because essentially that roll was, is there someone on the other side? And the answer is yes. So you can kind of kick the door down and surprise them or otherwise get through it.
But I wanted to be able to breach in the most polite way possible, because I do want to surprise him, but with a morning baked good.
Gotcha. So, you kind of like jiggle the handle and you're like, all right, well, I could probably like the big handle isn't locked. The little handle is locked. So, you start kind of jiggling one and then jiggling the other. You're about to kind of put a shoulder into it and see when the door opens. And sure enough, there is a goblin looking up at you, wearing a polo shirt with the name of the hotel on it. This is incredibly off limits.
Well, we just wanted to come off limits because we wanted to deliver you a waffle.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's breakfast time. You work hard. You deserve a waffle.
This is my office, and you had to walk a long way to get here.
Mm-hmm.
When I came by yesterday and I saw you, last night, it just looked like you were working really, really hard. And
I thought I heard someone in here last night.
Yeah, that was me, but I didn't want to disturb you. But then my friend Zlobs here and I were talking, and he had the great idea that since you're working so hard and seemed like maybe you weren't having like the best night, that we should surprise you with a chocolate waffle of our own creation.
It's entirely chocolate.
All right, fine. I'll take the waffle with the intention with which you're giving it, but you really shouldn't wander around this hotel. You have no idea what could be going on down here.
What could be going on down here?
Yeah, what could be going on down here?
Well, it's laundry mostly, but I'm just saying if you...
But what else is it?
if it's nothing, but I'm
laundry.
Saying if you're...
Hold on, you're hiding somethings.
He takes the waffle and slams the door.
Oh, no.
That's fair.
Oh, can I read a bad situation?
Sure.
I thought that went well, actually.
2d6 plus sharp.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a tactical genius.
Ah, yes. 2d6 plus cool.
Great, 11.
Sure, you can ask 3 of the following questions.
Oh, on the list? Okay.
Yeah.
Are there dangers we haven't noticed?
There are no dangers you haven't noticed.
What's the biggest threat?
You, technically.
What's the best way out?
The way you came.
I go back the way we came.
Like, it's one of those things where you're like, okay, all right, this goblin is hiding something. And then you start looking around, you're like looking at like pipes, and you're like, oh, is there jet fuel somewhere? Is there some kind of thing? Is he smuggling contraband? And then you like think about the layout of the place, and you're like, no, that's probably his office. And there's nothing in here aside from like detergent. And then you're like, oh.
Yep, I'm the monster here.
Crap. But no, the best you can tell, this goblin is working hard instead of hardly working, and was just a bit miffed that you essentially broke into the back office of a hotel and accused him of wrongdoing. But you know.
But he got a waffle.
We got a waffle.
He also got a waffle.
Yeah,
so,
slightly better.
Yeah, life is about puts and takes. And and you're like, okay, all right, he's probably clean. And then you hear like the unmistakable sound of like someone crunching their way through an all chocolate waffle. And you're like, all right, that's fine.
We did a good thing today.
You did. You truly did.
It's nice to start the morning with a good deed.
Yeah, absolutely. So you head back upstairs, and so let's talk about transportation here. How do you get around?
Scooter.
Scooter. Gotcha. So you've all kind of commandeered scooters via kind of the appropriate channels, and yes, you have these little scooters. And from here, you zip into downtown Manchester as a team, of course, into one of the large libraries. So this particular.
Well, before we go to the library, should we find our teammate?
Yeah, she'll catch up.
Yeah, so actually you're outside, and as you're outside loading up onto your scooters, Jolene Wormwood rolls up on hers.
Oh.
And looks at all of you. Ah, perfect. Right when I was hoping. All right, off to the library we go.
Wait, where have you been?
I had something to do this morning, not mission related.
Okay. Well, I saved you and Mathers some breakfast.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
That was nice, Morgan. I was going to be a nightmare to work with.
I have a wax paper full of scrambled eggs and a styrofoam cup full of cocktail sauce.
I will take whichever of those things Mindy does not want.
Can I find out which one she wants?
2d6 plus weird.
I think I know. 7.
Partial success. She wants them mixed together, but she doesn't want to say she does because she doesn't want to call more attention to herself because she was gone this morning. That is exactly why. So, yeah.
Why don't we mix them together, the eggs and the cocktail sauce? And that way no one has to drink cocktail sauce for breakfast.
Why are you looking at me?
Sorry, Zlobs. Some people like it, and that's okay.
I agree. That's a good approach. Let's do that, and then let's get to the library.
Okay, I take out of I always have in my little pack, my backpack, I take little Ziploc bags with me in case I need to collect samples of things. So I put the eggs and cocktail sauce in 2 Ziploc bags and shake them up.
So you just squeeze them out?
It becomes an incredibly...
Like Go-Gurt?
Yeah,
it's like kind of a tart and pulpy Go-Gurt that you have crafted.
More food horror for Little League.
Yeah.
Little League is the horror of growing up and the horrors of food.
It does the job.
Can I, as we're sucking down our morning eggs, can I...
As a team.
Can I scoot next to Jolene?
Sure. Yeah, you do.
So, how was your morning?
Oh, it was fine. I was off mission. How was your morning?
It was wonderful. I suppose I was a little bit off mission as well.
Well, I suppose that's okay because the mission hasn't started. But, now that we're talking about it, we are on mission. But until such time as we essentially rang the bell and started the mission, we weren't on mission. I'm just saying I was off mission because as the captain, I should probably always be on mission.
Ah, interesting point. I'll remember that if I'm ever captain. So what did you do this morning?
So it was a personal errand.
Oh.
What about you? What did you do this morning?
Well, I was watching you at the quarry, but I know that people like it when you sort of, take the time to ask instead of already knowing where they were and what they were doing with their things. Some people find it, I don't know, maybe rude or unnerving.
Well, you found me, and now here I am back on mission.
No.
And here you are.
Here I am.
So curious about what you were doing to those rocks in the quarry.
We're going to focus on the mission because it's really important to do.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm Jolene, I want you to know that I was looking for you because I didn't know where you were since you weren't in the hotel. So it almost was mission related that I was looking for you. I didn't want you to be in danger. And as a habit, I've learned from some of my friends that you should let them have their own minds to themselves. And if there's some things they don't want to share, that is their right and that is their choice. And I'm really trying to embrace that because I've learned from some friends that it's very important to making and supporting friendships. And a friendship is exactly what I have with you, Jolene. And friends also share secrets sometimes. So if that's something you choose to do, I can't control you. And I'll leave you to that choice. But just so you know, I was looking for you because I related to the mission, wasn't sure if maybe you would be in danger. And we could have, if you had been, we could have saved you. And that's what friends do. And you weren't, but I didn't know until I saw you at the quarry.
Of course. Well, I'm very, very glad that that we had this talk. I think it's very important, both for friendship reasons and for mission reasons, that we maintain a good dialogue with each other. So I'm very appreciative of that, and I think it's time that we should focus on that mission.
It's a good idea. And if
Mhm.
you later on want to tell me what you were putting in the rocks, I won't stop you.
Well, this is one interesting looking library, huh? Let's park these scooters right over here and go inside. The Manchester City Library is this big, enormous building. Absolutely beautiful, big steps leading up to this like huge kind of stone facade. And inside is as you would expect, just gorgeous collections of books and multimedia and all various. So that is exactly where you are, and you can do in here what you wish. So the question, of course, is what would you like to research? Or otherwise do, essentially. You're all here. You've all got plenty of time to do whatever you choose to further the aims of the mission or what have you.
Well, I think one of us should research the fruit painting. I think another one of us should research the bridge painting. Maybe a history of Zlobs.
Oh, I'm keeping track.
History of Manchester, I think, is always useful. And energy projection, if they have any resources on that, that would be also probably pretty useful.
Sure. So this will, each of you can take one, essentially. Whichever thing you find the most interesting, kind of claim it, and then we'll roll. So who wants to research what?
Zlobs, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I'm counting 4, one for each, and I'll run to get the books.
Or if you want to do one of those researches, Zlobs, I could always
I'm bad
look
at
into
research. I want to run as fast as I can to get books as fast as I can.
Okay.
I'll do the bridge painting.
Sure. So how would you like to, essentially, what's your approach to the research? What do you want to do? Like, how do you want to get this information?
I want to go talk to the librarian who specializes in art history.
Gotcha. So that's going to be a 2d6 plus charm roll. I'll give you a +1, though, because this is an incredibly well-stocked library and well-funded, and there is an art librarian here, and it is literally her job to talk to people.
9.
9, partial success. All right. I will let you ask essentially one question with a partial success, or you could ask as many questions as you want, but there will be a complication that will reveal itself in this mission.
Okay. Has the Monet, the Monet has anyone ever tried to steal it before? Like
So-
from the Curio Museum.
Yeah, the librarian who has worked here for an incredibly long time. You kind of start engaging with her on these on these questions. You ask about the Monet, and the first thing she does is essentially confirm that it is at Courier Museum on display right now, which you obviously do. And then the question is, has it ever been stolen? And this librarian says that no at least public attempt on it has ever been made. It's never made the news, so to speak. And she kind of takes you into like the microfiche corner and starts pulling up a bunch of digitized digitized newspapers about the Courier Museum and its security. And there has, in point of fact, never been a theft of any kind at the Courier Museum.
I'm going to ask another question.
Okay, so a complication is going to present itself.
I want to ask the librarian what, in her mind, makes this bridge painting unique. Or, yeah.
I'll play this answer out. She kind of leans in and says, well, I suppose the textbook answer would be that it foreshadows Monet's development as an artist. The development of Impressionism itself is captured in this painting. But for me, I think it's a little different. The thing that makes it special is there's a familiarity to it and also a mystery to it. Is the person standing, looking over the bridge into that village, is that someone that has lived there forever, their whole life? Is it someone that is visiting town? Is it someone about to cross that bridge that is there to deliver an important love letter, a missive? Are they going there to mourn someone? The idea that you are standing looking at a bridge into a town, and you do not truly know if you have been there before or not. All you know is that it is beautiful and it is serene, and that when you walk over that bridge, you will be there. And I suppose I appreciate that.
That was beautiful. Maybe they really were just looking at it. Thank you. I think
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find my friends again. I think I've got what I need.
Outside at around this moment, a man with a very nice camera takes a photo of all of your scooters and then walks up into the library.
Into the library where we are?
Mm-hmm. Who wants to ask? Who wants to do the next bit of research?
I can do the next bit of research. What are my options again?
Let's. Mindy, what did you like? So it was the research on the Monet. Yep, the two paintings, the history of town, and
energy projection.
Energy projection. Yeah,
that's the energy projection's the one I want to learn.
All right, and what is your approach to that? Like, how do you want to leverage the library's resources in doing that?
Yeah, I think that there's probably resources or like a registry of some sort on supernatural activity. And I want to see if there's like maybe a ledger or something that might indicate who or what in town is like used.
Yeah, I will let you use 2d6 plus sharp for this one. This is research into the magical.
That, my friends, is 1 and 1 snake eyes.
That's 2.
Yeah,
let's do this session.
All right, so well, actually, let me ask you. why do you have so much trouble finding anything? What's your guess as to why?
My guess as to why I'm having trouble is that I just keep like getting confused.
Yeah. The trick, you think, is that you are approaching this like a sorcerer. And you're trying to like, okay. And so as you approach this, like, well, how do I, what kind of magic is used to create a force projection? Well, you could do this and this and this, but I already know that. And that doesn't seem to be the right thing. It's like you're trying to diagnose yourself on the internet, where it's like I recognize all these words, but they don't really match the symptom. And so you just kind of go down this rabbit hole of like reading a lot of like theoretical magical stuff that doesn't necessarily apply. And some hours tick by. And you realize there isn't anything that you could find. You do hear the kind of the snap of a camera shutter once or twice. And by the time you like look up and kind of peel yourself away from the books you were reading, whatever person or camera made that noise is gone, so you're not sure. So that's been your research. Who's going next? We've got History of Manchester or the Still Life.
I'm gonna go for town history.
And what's your approach to doing that?
Do they have an electronic database of local news?
They definitely do.
Fantastic. I am going to search it by keyword.
Sure. And what keyword do you want to use?
First keyword is going to be Arcanotech.
2d6 plus sharp, please.
Okay, 8.
Okay. Unfettered, you can ask one question, or you can have unfettered access to information about the history of Arcanotech in this town. But the complication that is developing will come to a head.
What? Wait, what? Oh, okay. One question or unlimited info, and then there's going to be some kind of conflict. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably unlimited info.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, ask questions about the town.
Okay.
Every question should have the word Arcanotech in it because you did a keyword search for Arcanotech.
Does Arcanotech have a location, a physical location somewhere in town?
Arcanotech does have a physical location somewhere in town. It is a secure building on a beautiful campus on the banks of Lake Massabesic.
What is Arcanotech's most recent project?
Energy projection.
Bingo.
Switch.
And okay. And something helpful. What was the most recent news story about Arcanotech?
So Arcanotech has sponsored some expansion efforts at this library.
Oh, great.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, Arcanotech is an independent research institution. And they often kind of receive donations and funding. They're, best you could tell, a nonprofit entity.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they've received funding from at least one of Fowler Bachman's subsidiary companies, as well as like the state of New Hampshire and things like that. But Arcanotech has also made kind of contributions of their own, specifically in arts and education in Manchester. By all accounts, they seem very, very up and up. The most recent news story was was the chief research officer of Arcanotech at this library probably a month ago, kind of touring a new, kind of public science lab that Arcanotech helped build within the library. That chief research officer's name is Dr. Grant Carnation.
Dr. Grant Carnation.
It's a great name.
It is a great name. Zlobs?
Yes? I'm just running around.
Yeah, I catch him on his most recent lap around the library.
Yes?
Zlobs?
Do you need another book?
I actually need something else.
Okay.
When you've been passing library staff, do they have some kind of credential on them, like a key card or an ID badge?
Yeah, they have like a little hip thing with like one of the ones that extend.
Great. Could you grab one or two for me?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Wait, one or two?
Two would probably be, well, I guess 5 would be best, but really,
okay, I'm on it.
One would be. Oh.
All right, Zlobs, how do you want to acquire not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 badges from library staff?
Okay, all right. They must be a break room, like a locker room that people check into before work.
Yeah, of course there is.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go in there.
Sure. 2d6 plus. This is clearly acting under pressure. There's nothing but acting under pressure here. 2d6 plus cool. Tell me what you get.
Oh, that is correct. 11.
Of course. Narrate how this goes.
Here, I'll give you. It's like a bullet point summary. Ventilation shaft. Pop out the grate. Slide down with one of those like automatic, like what do you call it?
Like a repelling line.
Repelling line. Go in. Take very, very, very tiny explosives on each of like little combination locks. They go poop, and they go doop, poop, poop, poop. And I replace them after opening up lockers, taking them, replacing it, putting a mint in each one, and then closing, and then going back to the repel.
Thanks, Chelsea.
Thank you, Chelsea. For the mints. And then I from behind Mindy, like I rappel down from like another ventilation shaft. I hand it to her. She reaches behind her, grabs them, and I go zoop, out of frame.
This whole montage has had that. It's the song playing behind it that goes. It's just a silent one shot.
Beautiful piano music.
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, indeed.
Okay, I have my 5 badges. Excellent. Time to gather the troops.
Zlobs, you're one of a
Fair
kind.
enough.
Oh, did I do research?
Yeah. You can, over the course of your running and sprinting, the last thing that was on Mindy's research agenda was
the fruit painting.
Was the fruit painting. So how would you want to research that? This will have happened before the heist.
YouTube.
YouTube, obviously. All right, 2d6 plus sharp, please.
Oh, 6.
Okay.
Oh no. God.
Oh, God.
Best you can do is a YouTube lecture, or actually it's not a lecture at all. It was like kind of an unsteady camera video of a professor at the University of New Hampshire yelling at a student who the professor believes cheated on a test about art history. And so it's like,
how is this video 90 minutes?
It's 90 minutes. It's 90 minutes. And the reason why you found it is because whoever uploaded it tagged dozens and dozens of names of paintings. And so at one point, the professor does in fact mention the artist, mentions Balthazar van der Ast. And That's it. That's as close as you get, and it takes you 90. You watch the whole thing because, like, the professor goes through this whole story of academic integrity and all of this, and you're like, okay,
I feel bad.
Point,
I never want to cheat again.
Yeah. And you're like, all right, at some point, the secrets will reveal themselves about this paint. No, nothing. And at around now, Mindy comes up to you and is like, I need 5 badges. I'm like, all right, fine.
I'll watch the rest of this later.
Indeed. So you now have 5 badges that grant you access to the museum, or not the museum, the library. But it might as well be a museum. It's gorgeous in here. So yeah, what's the plan? Where are you going?
I think everybody, it's time to go to to the place we're headed to Arcanotech.
Arcanotech?
Oh yeah, they have a little office location here in the city of Manchester, and I think we should go check out Arcanotech because they were just doing a project on energy projection.
Oh, that's very convenient.
So, at the best case scenario, we've gotten to the bottom of this, and even if not, we probably will learn more about energy projection, which was involved in this heist.
Do these I guess these badges, do they have names on them?
If you want them to have names on them, they definitely do.
Whatever the names on them are, those are our names for a little bit. I'll pass out the badges.
All right, chat, you're going to give us some names.
Everybody?
Yes.
So recently, this lab helped expand this library. This organization helped expand the library. So I figure we all wear credentials from the library. We say we're from the library and we're here to, to do business in regards to that, like present an award or maybe gather information for some plaque or signatures for the expansion.
They're very silly names coming in.
The names are looking strong.
Yeah, so everyone just draft the one you want, and we're off to the races here.
Great.
Zlobs, what you seem to have a concern?
Yeah, if we're going in, if I'm going to be the real keyboardist number 9, I think we all need polo shirts because we're going into somewhere professional.
Sure. So the plan is to stop somewhere in your scooter and grab some polo shirts on the way. Mm-hmm. You do not get terribly far, though, before that complication reveals itself.
Oh, darn.
No.
About this.
Yep.
Wait, which one? I think there's 2 floating ones.
Oh, no, they snowballed into one big one.
Oh, no.
I was just getting into character as Dr. Elma.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gretel Elgretz.
And I'm a Hurdle coffee cake maker of chocolate coffee cakes.
Oh.
A boy about your age with an enormous camera hanging around his neck is standing at the base of the stairs where you parked your scooters.
Ugh, a boy our age.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Bill Williamson. I'm a junior investigative journalist for the Manchester Organizer, and I would like to know why 5 Little Leaguers are in Manchester, and also why you broke into the back of that library.
Oh, okay. Counter question: Why is your name William Williamson?
I go by Bill.
Good.
Oh, our friend here is named Little Bill Jr. So I pointed Jolene.
Interesting. I don't think that's your names because those are on the badges that you stole from the library. I'd like to repeat my questions. Why are 5 Little Leaguers in town? And also, why did you break into the library?
Hey, Bill?
Yeah.
No comment.
Interesting.
Powerful.
We're unofficial Blittle League business, and actually, you really shouldn't be sort of meddling around about where we're breaking into. Wherever we break into is Blittle League business, and we simply can't be held accountable right now. We're very busy.
Well,
right.
you see, that's the power of the press. Is it's meant to hold people accountable. And well, the fact of the matter is, Blittle Leaguers only travel outside of their city of operation if the local authorities in whatever area they're going to specifically call on the help of a traveling team. So that means that something is rotten in Manchester, New Hampshire. And as a junior investigative journalist for the Manchester Organizer, I think it is my responsibility to alert the people of town if there is some kind of crisis in the offing.
I would like to leave no one behind and get out of here as quick as possible on our scooters.
Wow.
Yeah, bye, Bill. Get out of here, Bill.
I want to read Bill's mind as we go.
All right.
Yeah, Bill, eat a worm.
Okay. 2d6 plus sharp Zlobs. I'm going to give you a -1 because most of the things you could do to leave no one behind, like deploy smoke grenades or,
What's wrong with deploying smoke grenades?
All right. Well, that's where you want to go there.
Zlobs, we're trying to get the press off our tail, not make a bigger
using
scene.
smoke grenades. I got a 10.
All right. So you, Bill Williamson is asking incredibly reasonable questions of a group of essentially special forces members that are wandering around his town.
Mindy said don't comment, and he kept pressing, so I'm helping Mindy out.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden there's kind of flashbang explosions and a whole bunch of smoke. And in the thick, low-hanging fog of 3 smoke grenades going off, the 5 of you get on your scooters and roll out.
I call it the triangle maneuver.
Nice. Mindy, you are able to briefly read his mind. 2d6 plus weird.
7.
Okay, partial success.
I just want a secret.
Oh, well.
This doesn't even need to be useful. I just got to feed my book.
Yeah, it
hasn't had breakfast.
Bill Williamson is at this moment missing a class field trip to the Zimmerman House, which is a Frank Lloyd Wright house owned by the Currier Museum in beautiful Manchester, because he got wind that Blittle Leaguers were in town, and it was his integrity as a journalist that is keeping him away from this field trip and instead keeping him hot on your tail.
Oh, poor Bill. Eat a worm, buddy.
Eat a worm, Bill.
Yeah. And
what's the worst that happens? He becomes fixated on following us to get the scoop. That'll never happen.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, I get him out clean.
It's his arc. It's his bad
arc. You get him
arc.
out clean. Bill Williamson has lost your... you've thrown your tail for now. Arcanotech. The campus of it is on the banks of this big lake. This beautiful lake, and it's a gorgeous campus. There's there isn't like a fence around it, or it's not like a big fortressy kind of place. There's essentially one big road in, and everything else is just kind of like rolling fields and parking lots and stuff. There's a tennis court. There looks to be like a walking trail. There are a couple of food trucks outside. And so you can like walk up to the front security, which is on the road, or you can just go off road and try to get to like the front of the building. Your choice.
Oh, well, I'm definitely gonna just fly, and I can take people with me.
Sure. Who do you want to take with you?
Take more.
Well, I think it's my choice. Mindy, hold. Mindy, jump on. We're going on. We're going in.
What are you? What? Okay, I get on the back of Zlob's scooter.
Gotcha. So yeah, you are. I need each of you to roll 2d6 plus sharp. I need Darby and Zlobs to each roll 2d6 plus sharp to determine if you're essentially if an aerial and
this
an
sounds really cool. This sounds really cool. This sounds really driving off the side of a cliff in a scooter sounds really cool.
Wait! You're driving off a cliff?
Well, I thought there was a cliff. Off road. Oh, for some reason
You
in my mind
have
there's
invented the cliff.
No. It's just a road, like a nice road.
You said off road. I assumed there was a cliff.
Well, I meant through like
New has granite cliffs.
All right, there's a small cliff. There's a climbing wall near the outside that you kind of go over the back of.
Zlobs, do you want me to drive? Do you want me to?
Yes, please.
All right, Darby and Mindy, 2d6.
I switched places with Zlobs.
I got a 12.
Okay, so it's up to Mindy.
Oh, good. 7.
All right. So the a full success is you kind of get to the front door unseen. A full failure is security shows up with bad intentions. This is a partial, which means that essentially just an employee sees you. So, you're like Mindy, you're kind of like zipping around on your scooter with like Zlobs and Jolene, and you're kind of navigating a path through there's like a little food truck thing going on. And you're like, I better avoid them. And you end up kind of going through some picnic tables. Darby's like flying overhead. And there's an employee here. Let's go to the chat and see some of the Irving Odalisk. Well, that's awesome. A young researcher named Irving Odalisk who is eating lunch at a picnic table by himself, just like far from everybody. Just so happens to look up in time to see like a trio of 11-year-olds like zipping by on scooters, as well as 2 more flying through the air. He flags you down. Hey.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hi, can I help you?
No, I think we've got everything figured out. Unless you want to bring us inside and introduce us to Dr. What was the name I researched?
Grant Carnation.
Yes, thank you. Dr. Grant. We're looking for Dr. Grant Carnation. Would you bring us to him?
Well, if I had any authority to do that, I'm sure I'd be meeting with the doctor every day. That's a tough guy to get a hold of.
Oh,
but
geez.
no, I definitely can't do that. 1, because I am not remotely qualified to talk to the doctor. And 2, because I kind of feel like you're trespassing.
Oh, I see.
Uh-oh.
Irving needs a new personality.
I was waiting for that one.
Yup.
Just a couple tweaks and we should be good. Seems like he's a bit too much of a stickler for the rules.
Yeah.
2d6 plus weird, please. Actually, before you roll, tell me what the word will be.
Gullible.
All right.
Oh.
And what did you get?
One of my dice has been stuck on 1 all night. Let's see. Okay, good enough. It's a 10.
Good enough. That's great.
So, Irving's kind of tuckering himself out with all the talking. And at some point, you're just kind of like nodding along and like reaching like a tendril of psychic damage through his mind. And at some point, he just kind of stops. It's like, All right, so what do you need?
Oh, Irving, we're supposed to be here.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, let me get you inside then. Oh, I can't believe you're out this far. Yeah, you should have taken the road.
Remember, you're very qualified to talk to Dr. Grant.
Mm-hmm. And
You're
you don't have
incredibly important.
and you don't have to eat alone because you just gotta ask people to eat with you and you'll be popular.
Yeah, you're practically the head hog around here. So
Oh,
can-
Mindy.
it's true. Everyone looks up to you, Irving. So if you take us in to see Dr. Grant, I mean, he better have time for you, is all I'm saying. Don't you think?
That makes all the sense in the world. All right, come on in. Come on in. And so, yeah, you kind of walk like across the parking lot and to the front door, and
As a team.
And Irving swipes his badge, and the big double doors swing open.
Yeah.
You walk in. There is a security station, but just as the security guard's about to stand up, Irving's like, "No, they're with me. They're with me. They're here on a trip to see the research staff." And the security guard just kind of looks at him, and Irving taps his badge one more time at the security desk, and yeah, you take an elevator upstairs.
I give Jolene a thumbs up.
Wait, we're inside. Everyone, button up all the way for our polos.
Yep, polos on. And yeah, Irving gets up to. It's not a terribly tall building. It's one of those like kind of office buildings in the kind of in when you have land where it doesn't need to be like more than 3 stories, but it's just really big. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you kind of go up to this like executive floor, and there's like there aren't any labs up here. It's mainly like kind of office space, cubicles and stuff. And you kind of walk from a bank of elevators to what looks like kind of like a mini lab. And then past the mini lab is, a door to an office. And that's open, and Irving talks to apparently Dr. Carnation's administrative assistant. And let's, Mindy, have you roll 2d6 plus charm. You're rolling for Irving. He has roughly the same charm that you do.
Got it. I see. Maybe I should have gone with charming for his new personality. Okay. 7.
Irving Odalisk successfully convinces the administrative assistant to get him onto Dr. Grant Carnation's calendar for next week for a talk about his career prospects here at Arcanotech. He unfortunately does not grant you access to Dr. Grant Carnation. So, he kind of leaves, gives you all a thumbs up, and proceeds to walk back to his desk. And
Bye, Irving.
Bye, Irving. Don't forget to finish food.
Oh, I will. Yeah, this whole time he was holding like half of a Reuben. Like in his hand, big smile on his face, like talking about his career prospects to the chief of staff of Dr. Grant Carnation.
I think we did something good there.
Yeah, another net positive.
That was a good deed for the day.
No.
Yeah. So in terms of all of you, though, the administrator looks up at all of you and says, "Oh, are you all on the right floor?"
Yes. I'm gonna pull out my flaming sword.
I have a name badge we can use.
The flaming sword is out. I would love to know where this goes.
Yeah. She has a badge of office she's using.
We're actually here because we have a classified appointment with Dr. Carnation to show him this new technology that I am presenting. It is safe. You don't need to worry, but we do need to show him right now.
Oh, to help sell it, I put my hand on a flaming sword. I don't know what this is going to do.
All right. Well, we're going to find out.
I'm sorry, sir. What was that noise?
Okay. So there are going to be a couple of rolls. First, we are going to roll Zlobs your help out, 2d6 plus cool.
Ba-doom. Oh, 8.
8, okay.
I forgot
so,
I'm very cool.
So Darby, you're going to roll a 2d6 plus charm. You're going to get a +1 from Zlobs' help. And you're going to tell me how you do.
A 6.
The admin assistant, unbeknownst to you, reaches under their desk and presses a button. And then
Make the desk button.
kind of tense their fingers in front of them and says, I would have seen something like that on Dr. Carnation's calendar. Unfortunately, I don't. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, though, is ask you to just go ahead and wait right there on those couches, and I'll see if I can squeeze you in.
Oh, okay. You're going to couch.
Can I read her mind?
2d6 plus weird, please. With a -1, because this person is now definitely aware that something is wrong.
Got it. So with a -1 plus my weird, that will come out to a 3.
I'm sorry. Was that another 2?
Yeah.
That's our third 2 this session.
Something's wrong with these. Something's wrong with these dice.
Then switch them.
These dice are broken.
We had polos.
We had polo. What's up?
We had such a tight plan.
We should have gotten the polos embroidered with our names.
Oh, that would have been clutch. If there was a cliff, we would have been fine.
We probably should have made this a stealth mission.
We're gonna have to go ahead and name this administrative assistant.
Oh no.
Chat, I need the name of someone that used to play Blittle League.
Oh no. I feel like Serp just wanted us to go watch some ghost vaudevillian act, and here we are, just absolutely falling all over ourselves in our Cano office, just fouling up the entire plot of season 2.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's a great one.
So many good ones.
Oh.
I think we got to go with Errant Gorge.
Errant Gorge.
Fair.
That's powerful. You kind of reach out, like you sit on the couch and you start reaching out into Errant Gorge's mind, and all of a sudden there are 2 Errant Gorges.
What?
Kind of one standing and one sitting. And you could kind of see through them. And then Errant Gorge splits from 2 into 4.
Oh.
And they're now mostly transparent. And the 4 of them are all looking at you all. And then the 4 of them, one of them sticks around, and the other 3 run away. And the one that sticks around, in a voice that is almost whisper quiet, I'm going to need you to stay right where you are, so that security can apprehend you.
We bungled this.
We bungled.
We bungled it.
Oh,
Bungled
gosh.
it.
Where's the art?
Where's the art? But right behind them on the wall.
Yeah.
Gosh, I really thought we were onto
The whole
something.
time.
We're doing
just need to
so
turn around.
well.
This.
Epilogue.
Gosh.
Please just be a vaudeville show.
There's a room somewhere. And in that room is the famous still life fruit on a cracked porcelain dish.
It's a good painting.
Yep. There is in front of it, in a small cage, a hamster. But on top of the cage, being worked by the hands of an unseen scientist, is a device. It doesn't look like it's something for public use. There are wires everywhere. bubbling tubes sticking out of the side, things kind of being plugged into it and made to fit that aren't. One of the pieces that kind of clamps in and twists has right on the side Arcanotech prototype 11X1. And once it plugs in, that device starts glowing. And the hamster suddenly stiffens up.
Thank you. I made a waffle out of strawberries.
You're a genius.